Japanese guys are cold. I almost never see my dad hold my mom's hands.
How do Japanese guys show love?
Yeah, that's a hard question.
Hi everyone, I'm Chandler. I'm from China.
Hi, I'm Miku from Japan.
Hi, I'm Abhivyakti. Abby's completely fine. I'm from India.
Hi, I'm Edgar Allen. I'm from the Philippines.
Hi, I'm Joanna. I'm from South Korea.
Would you say your country is more traditional or more modern when it comes to dating?
I'd say from my generation, definitely very traditional. In general, I'd say China is a traditional country when it comes to dating.
In Japan, I would say more modern because many couples, even when they're in university student, they move in together when they are dating.
India is still quite traditional, especially non-urban areas, especially with the caste system. If you date outside of caste and you're not from a modern family, you're getting killed. Like honor killing is a thing. But in urban areas, people are moving in together before marriage in university. However, they still hide it from their parents, but things are evolving.
I would say Philippines is more modern right now. For me personally, I'm more traditional. I will still serenade you if I want to. Whoa, for the longest time. Whoa.
I think in South Korea, it's still pretty traditional in terms of dating. There is a really big party culture in Korea, but I would say in general, pretty much all the customs, all the sort of cultural things that a lot of people do, I would say it's still on the traditional side.
3, 2, 1. Point to the country that you think is the most traditional here.
Oh,
Interesting. What about the most modern?
What do you guys consider as traditional or more modern aspects of dating?
Meeting the parents. Pleasing the parents.
There's a saying in China, when you get married or when you are with somebody, you're not with that individual, you're with their family as well. So family definitely gets involved a lot. Dating is more like an English term, right? I don't think it's called dating. It's more like
Relationship?
yeah, it's more committed than casual dating.
Yeah, actually, that was a new thing that I sort of discovered when I came back to Canada, which was the term dating, because I would feel in Korea, dating means you're in a relationship. But I feel in Toronto or in North America, dating means let's get to know each other, let's go on a few dates. We're not a thing yet until we actually discuss it to be exclusive. So that was something I felt was quite different, because I feel in Korea, it's if we're dating, we're in a relationship. And I feel you get together first and then get to know each other afterwards.
that is definitely a thing in India as well. There's no dating phase. You're straight up in a relationship. The question is asked, would you want to be my girlfriend? It's not hey, do you want to go on a date?
That's why you guys are most tradition. I feel when you are still struggling with your life that much, you don't really think about, oh, I'm gonna test the water. I'm gonna see a lot of people, many options. When I see someone, I'm gonna settle down with this person. So that mindset is still more in a developing country, I feel That's why China is somewhere in the middle.
When we are in teenager, high school, we just bring the boyfriend to house, introduce mom. So they don't really expect us to get married. That's introducing to parents is nothing much serious things.
Yeah, my parents didn't know about my high school boyfriend.
Yeah?
My teachers called, hey, your daughter is, misbehaving by having boyfriends in high school.
In which of your countries is it a must to get married? Raise your hand.
Must get married?
You must get married. That's the expectation is that you're going to get married.
I think so.
What is the gender roles, do you think, in your countries?
When we go on a date for the first time, or even whenever we go on a date with boyfriends, we as women kind of expect them to pay also. They want to pay as well. Yeah, I think in Japan too.
Definitely in Korea, that's the norm. It's kind of expected. Even my brother too, it's just and I have a lot of friends where I think the guy does pretty much everything. It's on the first date, I would say 90% of the time they pay for everything.
Indian men are very romantic. They will do everything. So I don't know if it's more expectation or just they do it because, Bollywood men, they wear their hearts on their sleeves.
I would usually pay, and Then if there's a second, third date, then we'll probably talk in the middle, try to negotiate our way through.
Chinese girls, they don't expect you to make everything perfect, right? Because it's kind of hard to like pick the best restaurant or bring the flowers and those things. They're not really in your face about those things as long as you pay.
In Korea, age does have a really big factor in dating. And so if I'm dating like an older guy, it's like the oppa that we all hear in the K-dramas, I would say it's pretty much guaranteed. I would say it's actually different if we're the same age, then there's a more friendly outlook.
I do have a question about in India, because you said Indian guys are really romantic.
Yes.
Right? That's the first time I heard that. Because
Never
what
heard
I've heard
that.
about Indian guys is they're very resistant.
They can come off strong, and I
They-
do realize
yeah.
that there is a culture where taking no for an answer has been very culminated into them. So apart from the problematic things aside, they are quite romantic in terms of gestures. Like they won't shy away from big gestures.
I don't think Chinese guys would act like that.
Oh, they do not.
Yeah,
I can tell from
I
experience.
don't think Chinese guys are like that. Because East Asian people are shy in general. Sometimes you will feel, oh, maybe this is not respectful to the girl when you a little bit like touchy or like when you show your feelings or emotions.
Well, we're on most of the cooking, flowers, gifts. We don't even celebrate anniversaries anymore. We go by monthsaries. The specific time that for example, if it's January 1st, February 1st will be your monthsary. Oh, we're gonna celebrate that like it's an anniversary. We got a dinner, we got a good date, we gotta take you to a theme park.
I realize a lot here, Japanese guys are cold. They don't act like romantic. They don't bring the flowers, don't say something to compliment the women. You look beautiful. Or they don't really say things, but they show with action, but it's hard to tell for, I think, foreigner. But Japanese people, Japanese girls like that. But once we know how other guys show their love in romantic way, we feel like we feel more loved. Like for example, my parents has been together for a long time, like more than 30 years, and they are so good together. They go out together on the weekend as well still. I almost never see my dad hold my mom's hands or my dad say something like good things about my mom. Also, whenever we go out, we go on a trip a lot of times together, but he always walks ahead of us. So my mom is like a little bit behind.
Sex before marriage.
Yes.
Did you say yes?
In which countries is it taboo?
Sex before marriage?
Yes. Ooh, Edgar. Well then, I have a feeling you should move then.
I do. But I feel like I should stay.
If you've noticed, like in K-dramas, like even a kiss is like really, they make it super awkward. I would say in the past 2-3 years, there's been more dramas that show more realistic like kiss scenes or anything more than that, but I would say it's still pretty rare. So I think that actually reflects kind of like what the general mentality is.
This is gonna probably get me in trouble even, but prior to the current ruling government, things were a little bit more open on TV, and now things are getting more censored. Yeah, people are just getting more touchy now because of they want to preserve Indian traditional values.
It's mostly kissing. If you want to see anything other than that, you gotta go to the special theater. That's still... No, that they premiere older movies that have like intense bed scenes, but they're not really sex scenes. It's just that they call them bold. Like that's they used to call them bold. They still call them bold.
Yeah, they still call it bold in India as well.
In Japan, we have a TV program 9 p.m. so it's still teenager can watch. But they talk about sex, they talk about in TV programs. So and also in Japan, the kind of industry like something sexual related is pretty big. If you wanna go to that kind of place, that's so achievable. It's really easy to go.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
How do Japanese guys show love if they don't express it verbally or
'Cause you
through
don't-
physical gesture?
Yeah, that's a hard question. So, like I say, it's not easy to see. Like it's not something that we can see, but
So how do you feel it?
That's why she had a Korean boyfriend.
that's so hard to tell, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to date Japanese guy anymore.